As a result of Scrappy's propositions to Erica Pinkett, Bambi is going insane. In the realm of reality television, it appears that drama, heartbreak, and romance are frequently found in close proximity to one another. On the other hand, every once in a while, an incident will disrupt the very foundations of a fanbase, causing fans to doubt all they believed they knew about their favorite characters. When Scrappy, a well-liked figure on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, startled the world by proposing to Erica Pinkett, he caused his ex-girlfriend Bambi to go into an emotional tailspin. This is exactly what occurred. A moment of peace before the storm. It was on the set of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta that everything started. Fans had been paying great attention to the romantic connections and plot developments of their favorite cast members, particularly the turbulent love triangle that involved Scrappy, Bambi, and Erica Pinkett. The relationship between Scrappy, the father of Bambi's child, and Bambi herself was fraught with controversy. Both of them appeared to be at different stages in their lives, and despite the fact that they had passionate moments together, things had frequently appeared to be unsure between them. In the meantime, another reality TV star, Erica Pinkett, had been around for a considerable amount of time, providing Scrappy with a sense of support while also enhancing the romantic tension in the relationship. A great number of fans started to question whether Scrappy and Bambi would be able to reconcile their differences as their friendship grew stronger. However, what they did not anticipate was the startling turn of events that occurred when Scrappy made the decision to propose to Erica Pinkett, the lady who Bambi had suspected was involved from the beginning the whole time. Bambi was not the only one who was affected by the proposal. Many of her supporters, who had been pushing for her and Scrappy to make it work for a long time, were also affected by it. The narrative of reality television shows frequently gives the impression of being a combination of planned drama with real-life feelings, yet, this particular event was definitely real, and the reaction from Bambi was swift and substantial. The initial reaction of Bambi was one of shock and betrayal. The information of Scrappy's proposal spread like wildfire, and it eventually made its way to Bambi through a variety of social media posts and websites that provide gossip. In her role as the mother of Scrappy's child, Bambi had always believed that the relationship between them would be sufficient to maintain the cohesiveness of their family. She had persevered through the highs and lows of their relationship, always making an effort to support Scrappy in matters pertaining to both her personal life and her work life. They had spent years together constructing a life, and despite the fact that they had experienced some difficult times, she believed that their relationship was indestructible. That is what she believed. As soon as Bambi found out about the engagement, she experienced a range of emotions, including shock, bewilderment, and a profound sense of mistrust. She had a hard time wrapping her head around the fact that Scrappy, who had been her companion through thick and thin, had suddenly proposed to someone else, someone she had always been leery of. She was unable to comprehend the situation. It felt like a terrible joke that it was Erica Pinkett, of all people, who was the target of the attack. She was the same lady who had always seemed to be lurking in the background of their relationship, causing friction and doubt, and now she was getting the commitment that Bambi had been hoping for all along. Bambi's family and friends were quick to gather around her and offer words of support and comfort when she was going through this difficult time. In spite of this, the anguish was real. Not only did she feel excluded, but she also got the impression that she had been replaced. Due to the fact that the proposal was made public, the feeling of hurt that she was experiencing was heightened. As a result of Scrappy's decision to propose to Bambi in front of the entire world, it appeared as though he had no respect for the sensations that Bambi was experiencing. The activity that Bambi was doing on social media took a more sinister turn as she attempted to make sense of what had just occurred. She expressed her anguish and dissatisfaction through the use of cryptic texts, which caused her fans to be concerned about her well-being. She posted a variety of things, ranging from more straightforward declarations of sadness to more passive-aggressive comments of betrayal. It was evident that Bambi was having a difficult time accepting the circumstances that had arisen. A peek into the realm of insanity, the breakdown. The subsequent events consisted of a string of emotional breakdowns that demonstrated the extent to which Bambi was profoundly impacted by Scrappy's ultimate choice. When Bambi was having a particularly heated argument with her close friends, she broke down in tears because she was unable to comprehend the reason why Scrappy had made such a quick and significant change in his romantic life. After a period of calmness, her demeanor shifted to one of dissatisfaction and rage. Bambi shouted out, "I don't understand it. I was standing by his side. I cherished him with every fiber of my being. Is this the way that he settles his debt? Is he planning to settle down with her?" As she attempted to come to terms with the reality of the situation, her voice began to shake. In spite of the fact that she had spent years attempting to make things work, Scrappy had proposed to Erica, a woman whom she regarded as a potential danger to the relationships within their family. As if it were a direct assault on my person. The emotions that Bambi was experiencing became out of control at one point. Unfortunately, she was unable to maintain her control and rushed off the set during a filming session. Every emotion was captured by the cameras, including the extreme pain, the tears, and the wrath. In reality, however, Bambi was a woman who was on the edge of absolutely losing it behind the scenes. At this point, the pain had evolved into something more sinister and perhaps threatening. Bambi was captured on camera yelling at Scrappy during an off-camera altercation, which occurred during a very heated period as well. Her statements were dripping with unfiltered feelings. "You have never shown any concern for me. You have never shown any concern for this family. What a joke you are." Clearly, the proposal had brought out the worst in her, and it was readily apparent. While it is true that she was hurt, she also suffered a significant blow to her pride. The fact that the engagement was seen by the public only served to make matters worse, which in turn fueled her need for vengeance and retaliation. The spiraling downward, Bambi's outbursts in public discourse. The social media presence of Bambi became a battleground as a result of Scrappy's request, which was taken into consideration. She started sharing her opinions about Scrappy, Erica Pinkett, and the entire issue without any attempts at filtering them. All of the nice and humorous posts that she had previously put on her account were gone. Her Instagram account was now flooded with angry remarks and emotional outbursts because of this. In her cryptic posts, she expressed how she felt like an idiot for ever trusting Scrappy. Her posts alluded at betrayal and treachery, and she expressed how she felt. Among the posts that went viral was one that was particularly explosive, a video of Bambi screaming excessively while sitting in her car. As she grieved, "I gave him everything," she said. "In addition, this is how he treats me. He made the proposal to her, not to me. In light of everything that we have gone through together, I honestly do not know who I am anymore." The people who followed her were divided. Some people showed their support and understanding for her, while others accused her of being overly emotional. Bambi had always been a fan favorite, and she was known for her grace and elegance. However, fans were seeing another side of her, a side that many of them did not recognize. Because of the increasing amount of pressure, Bambi's emotional state became the focus of attention from the media very quickly. There were headlines in the tabloids that speculated about her mental state, and some of them even said that she was contemplating having a nervous breakdown. Once thought to be the result of a television drama, her unpredictable behavior was now being interpreted as a request for assistance. In the middle of the disarray, Scrappy and Erica are the calm. Scrappy and Erica Pinkett were managing the repercussions of their engagement while they were on the other side of the storm. It was impossible for Scrappy to ignore the effect that his decision to propose had on Bambi, despite the fact that he had been sure in his choice. Despite the fact that they had a history of conflicts, Scrappy continued to care about Bambi, but it was impossible to deny that he had love for Erica. He couldn't help but feel torn between two women who had both played key parts in his life, and although the engagement was a great step forward in his relationship with Erica, he couldn't help but feel torn between them. For her part, Erica was torn between the sense of joy she felt for her future with Scrappy, and the guilt she felt, since she knew that her pleasure was coming at the expense of the happiness of another person. In addition to the fact that the tension was apparent, it was obvious that Erica was experiencing the weight of the situation. Nevertheless, regardless of how much she felt compassion for Bambi, she was unable to alter the reality that she was now Scrappy's fiancée, bringing Bambi to a state of healing. Over the course of the weeks that followed, Bambi started to withdraw from the spotlight of public attention. Not only did she devote her attention to her family, particularly her child, but she also made time for introspection. Despite the fact that the intensity of her emotional response had partially faded, the hurt caused by Scrappy's proposal continued to be present. Despite the fact that it was not an easy process, Bambi gradually came to the realization that her sense of self-worth was not dependent on Scrappy's actions. Since long before he came into her life, she had always been a powerful woman, and she would continue to be powerful in the future. Eventually, Bambi was able to restore her composure and began posting more information on social media that brought her encouragement. She let her followers know that she was taking time for herself by sharing quotes about overcoming adversity and going through the healing process. Although Bambi's road to recovery was not an instantaneous one, it was clear that she was gradually regaining her power. Bambi, in spite of everything, refused to let her traumatic experience to define who she was. Having been through so much, she could not allow the proposal of a single man to bring her down. In due time, she would start to recover, and who knows? It was possible that her narrative with Scrappy had not yet been completed. What happened after? What we have learned. As a result of the drama that surrounded Scrappy's proposal to Erica Pinkett, it served as a reminder of how fragile relationships can be, particularly when they are played out in front of the public. The emotional breakdowns that Bambi had were heartbreaking and genuine, and they demonstrated how challenging it can be to move on from a love that was once thought to be unbreakable. In the end, Bambi was able to acquire some important life lessons. She came to the realization that her happiness was not only dependent on Scrappy's decisions, and that regardless of how much she loved him, she needed to love herself more thoroughly. In addition, she realized the significance of allowing herself to recover and taking the time to process her feelings, even if it meant removing herself from the pandemonium. From Scrappy and Erica's perspective, their engagement appeared to be a triumph for them, yet it was not without a significant price tag. The aftermath of their proposal served as a reminder of the complexity of love and relationships, as well as the ease with which things can spin out of control when feelings are running high. For Bambi, this was the beginning of a new chapter in her life, one in which she would no longer be defined by the events of her heritage. And it was possible, even if it was only a possibility, that it was the beginning of a future in which she would discover the love, happiness, and tranquility that she deserved.